In this video, I'll be talking about a very important aspect of therapy, which is knowing when it's time to switch providers. It's normal to question the effectiveness of your therapeutic relationship, but it can be hard to make the decision about switching providers. In this video, I'll go through a checklist that can help guide your decision about whether to stay or whether to switch. Before we dive in, I want to highlight that it's very important to talk to your provider about any concerns that you have. If you find yourself responding affirmatively to some of the questions on this checklist, I highly encourage you to bring those up in the next therapy session. While uncomfortable, this can be a great exercise in assertive communication and sitting with discomfort. So let's dive in. First, ask yourself, does my therapist remember what we talk about in between sessions? Consistency is crucial for building a strong therapeutic relationship. If you're finding that your therapist often forgets what you talk about, or you're having to repeat lots of information from prior sessions, it might be worth bringing this up at your next session. Next, consider your own comfort level. Do you feel safe and understood? Or are you omitting certain truths or withholding or concealing elements of whatever happened to you in session? A strong therapeutic relationship and therapeutic success is built on a foundation of trust and openness. If you're consistently feeling uncomfortable in session, or you're noticing yourself holding back, it's important to bring this up. Next, reflect on your progress. While it's important to have patience with yourself and patience with the process of therapy, if it's been a reasonable amount of time and you're not seeing any progress on your original stated goals for therapy, this might be an indicator that it's time to move on to another provider. Next, think about the balance between advice and support in your sessions. Ideally, you want to feel heard in therapy. You want to feel validated from whatever emotion it is that you're experiencing. At the same time, you want to feel support for finding your own solution. When therapy becomes too much advice giving, it can feel overwhelming and feels like you're not actually being heard. So just reflect on, am I really being heard? Is there a good balance between advice and support? And then similarly, a lack of guidance. So if you are leaving therapy totally feeling directionless, like you've got no additional support or guidance on how to tackle the situation or problem in front of you, it can also be very frustrating. This can also be very helpful to discuss with your provider in session if you're feeling you need more direction and more guidance. While it's not therapeutic to tell a client exactly what to do, like you should leave your job or you should break up with him, it is important that you feel heard and validated and supported in finding that right solution. And in some situations, it can be helpful to give more directive feedback or advice. And then very importantly, professional boundaries. If you feel your provider has in some way crossed a professional boundary, it is very important to talk about that in session, and it may be an indicator that it's time to move on to another provider. Deciding to switch providers is a personal and significant decision. It is okay to seek a better fit if your current needs are not being met. But always start by communicating with your current provider. They're there to help you. This might be important feedback for them to receive, and they might just be able to modify their methods or approach to better suit your needs. Thanks for watching today's video, and I hope you found value from it.